Hey guys, Morgan the Rebellious Reviewer. We talk about all things music. And today we're going to be starting a new series. This is Battle of the Bands. And for our first round of it, we're going to be doing a battle between two pop-punk bands from the Warped Tour scene, Waterparks and Neck Deep. So, both of these bands are absolutely fantastic. Waterparks released what was actually my favorite album when I was 16, Double Dare. And Neck Deep have also released one of my favorite pop-punk albums. And I think this will just be a fun series to do. Just comparing bands like this. I saw Quest for Metal do it, and I thought it was really cool, so why not? And how this is going to work is I'm going to be comparing the first album to the first album, the second album to the second album, and so on. So, now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started with the debut albums. We have Wishful Thinking by Neck Deep and Double Dare by Waterparks. Now, these two, this is an easy one, because even though Wishful Thinking by Neck Deep has the song Zoltar Speaks, which is a great song, I don't think it's one of Neck Deep's better albums. It's kind of forgettable, honestly, outside of a couple songs. And Double Dare, like I said, was my favorite album, or at the very least one of them when I was 16, and I still think it's a great album now, even if I'm not a big fan of I'll Always Be Around or Powerless. Those two songs are not enough to make me pick Wishful Thinking, though. Like, not even close. So, Waterparks wins this round. And now, for our second battle, we have Life's Not Out to Get You by Neck Deep and Entertainment by Waterparks. Now, this one is also very easy. I like Entertainment. It's a pretty enjoyable album. It has some great songs on it. However, Life's Not Out to Get You is an amazing album. It's one of my favorite pop-punk albums, especially when it comes to 2010s era pop-punk. And it has just so many great songs, and even the songs that aren't great are at the very least good, whereas Entertainment by Waterparks has some real duds. Most notably the song Cry Baby and also We Need to Talk. So yeah, Neck Deep wins this round. For our third battle, we have The Peace and the Panic by Neck Deep versus Fandom by Waterparks. And for this one, it's also an easy one. Neck Deep. Because even though Fandom has some great songs on it, like Watch What Happens Next, Turbulent, War Crimes, and Reboot, it also has some serious duds. Like, seriously, what was the point of that group chat interlude? And then there are songs that just plain bore me, most notably High Definition. Like, what was the point of that song? And then The Peace and the Panic, on the other hand, this is just a really great album. It's not as good as Life's Not Out to Get You, which is the best album out of all of these, but The Peace and the Panic is still a great album. It has songs like In Bloom, Happy Judgment Day. Like, come on, those are amazing. For our fourth battle, we have All Distortions Are Intentional by Neck Deep and Greatest Hits by Waterparks. Now, both of these are heavily flawed. However, I will say that All Distortions Are Intentional really annoys me with its anti-political nihilism, which is just beyond privileged, and just shows that they have no idea what's actually going on in the world. And then Greatest Hits. Greatest Hits has some downright terrible songs on it, as does All Distortions Are Intentional. Like, both of them have some seriously irritating moments. However, I will say this. All Distortions Are Intentional has no great songs whatsoever. Like, even the best songs on there are just okay. Greatest Hits, on the other hand, has some great songs like You'd Be Paranoid Too If Everyone Was Out to Get You, and Numb. Yeah, both of those are great songs. So is The Secret Life of Me. Yeah, there's some great stuff on Greatest Hits. Like, it's not a perfect album by any stretch, but for what it is, it's okay. And it doesn't annoy me or make me angry the way certain parts of All Distortions Are Intentional does. So, yeah, Greatest Hits. Waterparks wins this round. And finally, we have Neck Deep self-titled and Intellectual Property by Waterparks. Now, for this one, which one is it gonna be? Will it be Waterparks? Will it be Neck Deep? This actually wasn't that hard. On one hand, Neck Deep's self-titled is great. I think a lot of critics are underrating it. On the other hand, Intellectual Property has grown on me considerably. But on the other hand, let's just say that, like all of Waterparks' other albums, aside from maybe Double Dare, Intellectual Property is heavily flawed. Like, there are some really annoying moments on here. And especially the song Fuck About It, which, yeah, I included that on my 10 terrible songs by great artists list for a reason. And I also absolutely love a lot of the songs on the self-titled. I'm stalling for suspense here. Neck Deep wins this round easily. Like, yeah, Intellectual Property isn't as bad as I initially thought. It's mostly just mediocre. But mediocre does not beat great. And Neck Deep's self-titled is a great album. Again, not as good as Life's Not Out to Get You, or even The Peace and the Panic, but it's still great. Like, I like most of the songs on it. And the winner is, drumroll please, Neck Deep. 3-2, Neck Deep. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that before I did all of this. But apparently Neck Deep is a little bit better and more consistent, at least, than Waterparks. Which actually makes sense, because the last truly great Waterparks album was Double Dare, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Neck Deep have like 3 great albums, and oddly enough, their first one isn't one of them. So yeah, Neck Deep wins the battle of the 2 Warped Tour bands here. I was not expecting this, so leave your opinion down below. Do you agree with me that Neck Deep wins? Did Waterparks take it? Let me know. And that's my video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Morgan the Rebellious Reviewer, and I'm out.